Have you ever wondered why you strive relentlessly, yet the world still ignores you? Our greatest mistake is demanding recognition before achieving mastery. We waste our energy explaining ourselves to those who have no desire to understand, gradually draining the inner cup of our strength. Stoicism teaches us that success has never belonged to the loudest. It belongs to those who became impossible to ignore long before the world realized they existed. Marcus Aurelius did not wake up asking how to become a legend. He simply asked, "How do I become better than I was yesterday?" He understood that greatness quietly follows those who refuse to stop training when no one is watching. This video is not meant for trivial entertainment. It is a blueprint for you to break out of the prison of comfort and build an identity so powerful that success is no longer something to chase, but an inevitable outcome. Are you ready to stop asking, "When will success arrive?" and start asking, "Who must I become?" Focus on each of the following principles, for they will dissect your deepest weaknesses and grant you the power to completely transform your life. The power of stillness. Do not explain. Let the results speak for you. In the depths of every human heart, there exists an extraordinary version of oneself that perhaps you have never even met. It is a person who never wastes a single drop of energy on meaningless justifications, one who stands apart from all petty arguments and maintains absolute composure in the face of conflicting opinions. That person does not chase the approval of the crowd, but moves with a quiet certainty that makes even the loudest individuals feel inferior. Yet, our tragedy is that we inadvertently lose that version every single day, simply due to a detrimental habit, trying to explain ourselves to the world. Imagine you are holding a cup filled with water to the very brim. That cup is the symbol of your inner strength and your brilliant potential. Every time you enter an unnecessary debate, every time you try to vindicate your decisions before those who have no intention of understanding, you are inadvertently spilling a portion of the water from that cup onto the parched ground. At first, this loss seems invisible, but as years pass, when life truly demands that you summon all your strength to overcome a trial, you suddenly realize that the cup which ought to be overflowing is now left with only depleted drops. You have dissipated your energy on performing instead of building. Stoicism teaches us a bitter yet liberating truth. Stillness is not the absence of strength. On the contrary, it is where strength is born. While ordinary people struggle exhaustively to be noticed, to be understood, the sages choose to vanish into discipline. They understand that the resonance of action always carries more weight than any ornate words. Look at Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the most powerful empire in the world, who wrote his profound meditations not to seek applause, but to converse with his own conscience. He built his character in the darkness of privacy, long before the world had to bow before his wisdom. Our greatest mistake is not being misunderstood by others, but believing that they have the right to understand us. We voluntarily hand others the map leading to our fears and vulnerabilities through our explanations. Begin to treat your mind as an impregnable fortress rather than an open market welcoming every opinion in and out. A fortress does not open its gates simply because someone knocks loudly. It only allows those truly worthy to enter after trust has been forged through time. You must understand that true respect is never created by pleas or defenses. It is forged from silent consistency in action. Results possess a language of their own that arguments will never learn. Like the surface of the sea, amid a violent storm, there may be mountain-high waves roaring on top, but if you dive deep enough, you will find a tranquil world where tempests can never touch. That is the inner depth that the Stoics spent a lifetime building. Never let your emotions dance to the rhythm of someone else's beat. Every insult, every judgment, only truly achieves its purpose when it strips away the peace within your soul. When you react, you have handed them victory. Instead, choose a powerful silence. That silence is not a sign of weakness, but an expression of absolute control. Starting today, stop announcing the next chapter of your life while you are still living through it. Let the world underestimate you. Let them believe nothing has changed, while you are quietly reconstructing yourself behind closed doors. And then one day, when your discipline becomes a reality impossible to ignore, you will not need to utter a single word to explain what happened. Your results will tell your entire story for you, and it will echo with a power that words can never reach. Remember the teachings of the masters. The one who speaks the most is rarely the wisest. True strength belongs to the one who has mastered themselves to the point where the world can no longer pull them away from their purpose. Let stillness be your weapon, and results be your only answer. War with comfort and building identity. Imagine a sword on display in a luxurious glass cabinet. It is shiny, flawless, without a single scratch, and always enveloped in a plush velvet cushion. Yet precisely because it has never left the cabinet, it has become brittle and fragile. The very first moment it faces the harsh reality of the battlefield, it will shatter to pieces. In stark contrast is the sword of a true warrior, full of scars, stained by time, and forged over and over again in blazing fire. It is not conventionally beautiful, but it is the only thing that can survive the storm. Your life is no different. Do you choose to be a decorative item in a glass cabinet, or a sharp blade tempered through trials? Comfort is often mistaken for a safe haven, but in reality, it is the most dangerous prison humanity has ever willingly entered. It does not torture you immediately with physical pain. Instead, it smiles and whispers, "You have done enough. Start tomorrow." It is a silent destruction, turning brilliant potential into a mediocre and predictable version of oneself. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, warned that a person who only feels strong under favorable conditions actually possesses no strength at all. They are merely being protected. That is why he chose to live ascetic days, to ensure he would never become a slave to convenience. We often crave confidence, but mistakenly believe it comes from resounding victories. In truth, genuine confidence is not built by winning, but by repeatedly surviving the very things your mind once believed would defeat you. Every time you face discomfort without negotiating, every time you choose the arduous path instead of the easy shortcut, you send a powerful message to your brain. I am stronger than my own fear. The people you admire are not those who do not know fear. They have simply stopped bargaining with laziness. This world is inherently fair yet harsh. It does not reward mere effort. It rewards identity. Many people fail not because of a lack of discipline, but because they are trying to act like someone they have never truly decided to become. If you view yourself as an average person trying to do extraordinary things, your old identity will always drag you back. Every time you make a new step forward, do not just say, "I want to succeed." Start asking a question of destiny-altering significance. What would the man or woman I am becoming do next in this situation? Stoic philosophy reminds us that every difficult choice you make is a vote for your future self. A single vote may seem worthless, but when 1,000 votes accumulate through early mornings, focused hours of work, and the refusal of fleeting pleasures, they forge an entirely distinct human being. Identity is not something you find, but something you build through silent decisions when no one is watching. Do not wait until you feel ready or confident to begin acting. Readiness is a temporary feeling, but willingness is an identity-based decision. Step out of the glass cabinet of comfort, embrace the scars, and let disciplined choices transform you into a version that success cannot help but seek out. Because ultimately, the ultimate goal of life is not to achieve glory, but to build an entity capable of generating glory wherever it goes. When mastery becomes a legacy, do not let the applause kill your growth. We live in an era where presence is often mistaken for competence, and the applause of the crowd is regarded as the metric of success. Yet, there is a harsh truth that Stoic philosophy constantly reminds us of. The moment you make recognition your goal, that is the exact moment true growth within you begins to wither. The thirst to be seen and applauded before truly becoming a memorable version of oneself is a silent addiction that destroys more dreams than failure ever could. Observe a master archer. While beginners usually glue their eyes to the bullseye with anxious longing, the master seems scarcely concerned with the destination. His entire mind is placed on his breath, his stance, the way his fingers feel the bowstring. He understands an immutable law of the universe. The arrow does not obey desire, it obeys discipline. If you fixate entirely on the scoreboard, you will forget how to play an exceptional game. Success does not seek out those who crave attention, it is magnetically drawn to those who possess irreplaceable competence. Imagine a blacksmith forging a legendary sword. To an impatient eye, the first 100 strikes seem utterly pointless because the shape of the steel block shows no change whatsoever. Yet, deep within the metal's structure, every impact from the hammer is quietly reorganizing the strength of every single molecule. The sword is not created on the final strike. It is formed from thousands of blows that no one cared to watch. Your life operates in the exact same manner. The books you read when no one praises you, the hours of training in an empty room, the skills you hone when the entire world has gone to sleep, those are the invisible strikes reconstructing your identity. Leonardo da Vinci spent years just perfecting minute details that almost no one noticed. He did not chase speed, he was obsessed with mastery, something ordinary people are far too impatient to respect. When you hurriedly dig up a plant's roots just to check if it has grown, you are sabotaging the very growth you desperately desire. Recognition is borrowed from the world and can vanish overnight, but mastery is an asset you own permanently, quietly opening doors that sheer effort alone can never reach. There is a weighty question you must honestly ask yourself. If no one applauds your efforts for the next 2 years, would you still continue to improve? Your answer will reveal the true nature of the journey you are on. Are you building a lifelong legacy, or are you simply performing for a temporary audience? The reality is that the world only pays attention to what has been solidly built in privacy. Do not demand proof before committing. Commit until your mastery becomes a reality impossible to ignore. When your craft reaches a level of excellence, opportunities will seek you out long before you ever start searching for them. Let recognition be a byproduct. Never let it be your primary fuel. Because ultimately, the goal is not to build a successful life, but to become a human being capable of generating success anywhere, under any circumstances. Dive deep into the ocean of mastery, where stillness reigns supreme and strength is forged, instead of endlessly skimming across the froth-covered surface of fleeting attention. The art of waiting and the power of absolute focus. In a world obsessed with speed, where every result is demanded to appear immediately after a single touch, Stoic philosophy delivers a staggering truth. The strongest people are never the fastest. They are the ones who never allow time to become their enemy. We often mistake speed for progress, but the laws of nature tell a different story. A story of how things built too quickly usually collapse just as fast as they began. Look at the image of an iceberg. If you only stand and observe it for a few minutes, you will see it completely still and seemingly not shifting an inch. Yet, return after 100 years, and you will be astonished to see that very same silent iceberg cutting through even the hardest stone valleys. It is not hurried, it is not panicked, it simply maintains an unshakable persistence. Your life is no different. The greatest transformations often take place in invisibility before they become undeniable. Our mistake is that we often give up when results do not arrive according to our personal schedule. failing to realize that silence is not failure. It is the time when steel is being forged. The story of the bamboo seed is a precious testament to this philosophy. It can spend up to 5 years underground, building a massive root system that the naked eye cannot see. In the eyes of the impatient, that is a dead seed. But once the roots are strong enough, it shoots higher than any other plant in just a few short weeks. The world may celebrate the brilliant height, but nature only rewards persistent roots. If you are striving and yet see no results, ask yourself, are you measuring progress by genuine effort or by the attention of others? Remember that the oak tree survives the storm, not because it grows the fastest, but because it spends the most time sinking its roots deep into the earth, where no one can see. However, patience only truly holds power when it goes hand in hand with impenetrable focus. Marcus Aurelius, despite ruling an empire amidst chaos and betrayal, always reminded himself that the mind is the only kingdom he truly owned. In today's era, there is an asset even more precious than money, time, or talent. It is your attention. The frightening truth is that the modern world is designed to steal it second by second. Imagine your concentration as a magnifying glass under the sunlight. Ordinary sunlight may seem harmless, but when you focus all those rays onto a single point, they become so powerful they can burn through wood and stone. A scattered mind will not warm anything, but a focused mind can change everything. The people who change their lives are not necessarily the smartest, but those who have learned to protect their attention like a king guarding his throne. To protect that throne, you must learn to say no ruthlessly. Say no to conversations that drain your peace. Say no to habits that weaken your discipline, and say no to opinions that have never built anything admirable. Each of those rejections is not selfishness, but the way you create space for a more powerful yes, a yes dedicated to your purpose and your true identity. Success is not a prize reserved for the lucky. It is a reflection. It reflects the person you have become in the dark, in the hours of patient waiting and intense concentration when no one is applauding. Do not demand proof before committing. Commit until your mastery leaves the world no choice but to respond. Start today by protecting 1 hour, 1 habit, or 1 goal from all distractions. Transformation does not begin with dramatic changes, but with a silent decision repeated over and over until it becomes your very nature. When you master patience and focus, success will no longer be something you have to chase. It will be something that quietly follows you for the rest of your life. The final blueprint. Becoming someone success cannot ignore. We often mistakenly believe that success is a promised land, located at the end of the road, a sparkling prize waiting for the winner to reach out and touch. But the truth that Stoic philosophers want to impart to us is far more subtle and astonishing. Success has never been a destination. It is the person you are becoming in every breath and every silent decision. Visualize your life as a massive raw block of stone. The world looks at it and sees only an inanimate rock, but a master sculptor does not. He does not seek to add anything to the stone. Instead, he painstakingly chips away the excess pieces to reveal the exquisite masterpiece already hidden within. Your growth journey is no different. It is not about piling on external titles or flashiness, but a ruthless process of elimination, stripping away the weak version that always demands comfort, eliminating the fear of rejection and the habits that render you mediocre. The greatest victory is not overcoming others, but wresting control from the aging version that craves shortcuts. There will come a day when you stand at the peak. People will look at your life and exclaim that you are lucky. They will marvel at the bountiful harvest you possess, but they will never understand the harsh winters you survived entirely alone. They do not see the mornings you chose, discipline over laziness, or the solitary nights you spent diligently honing your skills when no one believed in you or cheered you on. Yet, Those very invisible moments forged an entity that opportunity ultimately had to seek out on its own. The ultimate goal of a Stoic is not to build a successful life by the standards of the crowd, but to build a person capable of generating success anywhere, under any circumstances. If you become someone of irreplaceable value, then no matter what situation fate throws you into, success will still sprout from your hands. That is not luck. That is inevitability. One of the greatest barriers preventing you from reaching this version is the habit of waiting. We wait for permission from others, wait for the feeling of being ready, or wait for confidence to appear before beginning. The Stoic philosophers would tell you this: confidence is not a prerequisite for action, it is a byproduct born from action. Never ask whether you are ready, because the feeling of readiness is an illusion that constantly fluctuates with emotions. Instead, ask, am I willing? Willing to face uncertainty, willing to endure discomfort, and willing to walk forward even while your inner voice is still trembling. The most powerful commitment you can make today is not to change the entire world, but to commit to being better than yourself yesterday. When you focus your entire mind on cultivating your inner self, protecting your attention like a king guarding his throne, and making small yet consistent choices when no one is watching, a miracle will happen. Success will cease to be a goal you must chase exhaustively. It will shift directions and quietly follow you like a shadow. Do not let these words be mere temporary entertainment. Choose one principle, take one action, and begin the process of sculpting yourself right this moment. Because ultimately, the world may ignore your efforts for a long time, but it can never ignore the person those efforts have created. Let your actions speak for themselves, more powerful and authoritative than any explanation.